over. So from 240, you decided you had to make a change and you had to get ready for this thing. How, like, I imagine that you got into development sessions pretty much right away. How was your, I guess, experience in that T3I development session, if you had them?
Yeah, so I started losing weight a little before that. My last semester of college, like, it took a while, but I was probably getting to around like 220 and below. And then by the time I graduated, like, I was still working on it and stuff, but like just for a mile time, I was probably around like 8 minutes or something. So that first pass test was a real, like, just my ego went down. But
wake up call, right?
Absolutely. But like, I thought, you know what, seems interesting. Like, special warfare seems like a great job. Let's give it a shot, you know?
Yeah.
And I just kept coming back to the pass test or IFT each month, and I saw my results improving like each and every time. And I was just super nervous to take them because I thought, all right, I just did a whole nother month of working on push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, running and swimming. Like, what if I do worse this time? And
what a crazy, that is such a good point, man. And that's something we don't explore a whole lot, but there's a lot of anxiety in that.
Absolutely.
You know, what if I just wasted a month?
Yep. But every time I did better than the one before. And I remember my first pass test was, I think, May 26th of 2021. 4 pull-ups. Yep. Those straight arms are just horrible.
Yeah. Hey, dog, that is not going to cut it, man. That is not the same. You were a no-go at station 1. Get your shit and go back to the house.
Absolutely not. The mile and a half was around like 11:16, and I passed the rest of the stuff. Right. But yeah, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be a grind. But
yeah. How did you feel dropping those 4 pull-ups, man? That had to be disheartening.
Well, you know, I attempted like probably 5 or 6, but those obviously didn't count.
Okay, I'll give you you tried for 5 or 6, but the four that counted, I know how you feel. Like, I was at Indoc and I was right on that line. I've told the story a couple times, but I was on that line of missing my pull-ups almost every Monday. Like every Monday, like the one thing that was my bugaboo. It's bear traps and pull-ups. Those are my 2 bugaboos. But you overcome it. You overcame, and you got to a point where you could ship. How many were you doing when you shipped?
Just the bare minimum, which is not what you want. I was hitting 8.
Right. Yeah. And that was tough. And we've said it a million times. You know, you're never supposed to tell people when you record these things, because I don't know when this is going to drop. We have a ton of content. But today, we just dropped what's the daily life of AFSPEC War like? And we literally talked about it on the podcast today. We did it on a frequently asked questions, but we always, exactly what you just said, man, if you're doing the bare minimum, like, okay, you're ready to ship. Okay. But you're going to be anxious every time you go into that IFT. You're like, man, if I didn't sleep good, if I have a weird shoulder tweak, like if something happens, man, maybe this is the day that I fail at. Like, did you feel that anxiety when you were on that plane, on that bus?
Every single time. And even to this day, like, I'm still not great at pull-ups. I'm hitting 8 to 10 on a good day. Yeah. And for the OFTs and stuff, I was just in dive school and stuff. We started off with that in the first week, and my elbow did hurt during that. So doing like 1 pull-up hurt. And I was like, oh my God, if I got sent back for not passing the OFT.